Welcome back. My name is Annika, and today we are doing a overview of the energetics, the frequencies, the opportunities that are available September 2025 specifically. So, wow, it's September 1st. It's so incredible. So, happy first of the month. If you are watching this on the first of the month, one of my favorite tips is to blow cinnamon, like you pour like a tablespoon or a teaspoon, tablespoon's a little messy, of cinnamon on your palm, and you blow it from outside your door in through your doorway on the first of the month to bring in prosperity and abundance. And you do it on the first of every month. Do it, watch what happens. If you're not watching this on the first of the month, do it in October. Or if you want to, that is the invitation. Okay, so September. This is going to be kind of an overarching frequency opening for the month, tying in the astrology, the numerology, and some just cosmological happenings as well as intuitive insights. We'll pull a few cards, but this is a really powerful month. And there is a really big opening for anchoring into this new embodiment of self through the willingness to surrender, align to your cosmic self, to your higher self, to the universe, God, your intuitive knowing, to kind of lean into and open up to that higher power more, which is you. So it's not like above you, but we experience things as separate in this third dimensional reality. Even as we move up to the fifth dimension, it's like, this is the space where you can kind of see self and other. And so while you hold the knowing that it's all one and that it's all you, we can interact with it through these fractals that are reflecting through this holographic reality. And so this is really a month where it's like, the divine is like the pillar, it's at the core, because we ultimately want to stay connected to this divine energy and increase this connection to this divine energy, allow more of it to flow through us and to lean on it more than ever, because there's a huge potential to build that connection and really, really reap so much benefit from it. And then also it's the only thing that we are meant to hold on to this month, because we are not going to have control over all the other things that fall away. And not only that, but the things that are going to fall away and the things that are going to shed from us, whether it be patterning, relationships, situations in our life, projects, any sort of things, locations, all of the things that are going to be shedding this month, because it holds the two eclipses as well as the 9-9 energy, and also portal of 999 energy, completions, endings, letting go, which eclipses also hold this energy. Because of this, and these are both like the letting go frequencies of these two things are very tied in with our destiny. So anything that we are going to be shedding and releasing this month, it is going to be for our highest good and ultimately to align us with things and ultimately a life and a version of self that is more in alignment with our soul. We're gonna feel more free, more in alignment, more on purpose, and more clear than ever. And that's why we want to prepare to let anything go with grace that wants to this month. So that is the main PSA. If you're only here for the first few minutes of this video, it's that this is the month where you trust that anything that is going is meant to go, and you let it go with love and you let it go with grace, and know that it's bringing you to a more refined space. And so you can just hold that knowing, and you can know that when things start to shed, oh, that's for my highest good. Oh, good, I'm clocking that's for my highest good. Okay, great. So let me tell you a little bit why. So we are going to be moving through these two eclipses, and eclipses are specifically doorways to destiny. They are rapid. Some doors close, other doors open. And it's literally to get us on the path our soul came to take. And that is because eclipses are always these moments that are aligned with the lunar nodes, and the north node and the south node are to do with our destiny, and our past. And so it helps us close out old karmic patterns that it's like, we're done running through those loops. We've learned those lessons. We're going to close out those energetics, which are frequencies that keep coming back around until that's completed. These completions are happening, which means that situations that may have shown up in our life in different forms in many ways throughout the history of this incarnation are going to be done. And so that's great. Then you can move on to bigger and better. So those are the doors that shut during eclipse season, and then the doors that open, which are in alignment with where our soul planned to go and grow into and expand into in this lifetime, also open. And those can sometimes be uncomfortable to our ego because it feels new, and our ego and our subconscious likes to feel safe. And so if it's feeling like something is new, it's like, oh, I don't know, I don't have evidence that I've survived this before, even if it's the most incredible thing, like winning $1 million. So part of it will feel scary because it feels unknown, and that's where your higher self comes in and says, no, actually, it's okay to release the old, and it's okay to embrace the new, and like, I'll do whatever I need to do for my nervous system and like my body and my human self to feel safe, because I know that this is the next level expansion that I'm looking for. Like, we came here to do it big, especially if you're here watching this video. Like, you came here to hold yourself through the discomfort of expansion and like live a big life and do what your soul came here to do, not to finish this out and be like, oh my God, I meant to do X, Y, and Z, and I literally was just unable to move beyond my glass ceiling. No, we're popping through the glass ceilings here, and we're carrying ourselves through it. And no matter where we're at, if you're watching this now, this is your PSA that like, you're going to get that opportunity to find comfort on the other side of breaking through like a glass ceiling that is uncomfortable. But we always find that level of comfort again, and then we just keep going. And you have to know this process if you want to actually like make big progress in life, because soon you're just going to be popping through glass ceilings like every other day, and soon you'll start to love it too. It can become like a habit of, you can train your nervous system to enjoy that and seek it, and that's where a lot of the magic is made. So anyway, those are eclipses. And specifically, these are, if you're in tropical astrology, they are in the axis of Pisces and Virgo. And Pisces is very much like, it's the 12th sign, so it encompasses all the wisdom of the entire zodiac sign. It's very like old soul energy. I can see every perspective. I am like mystical, I'm go with the flow, I'm intuitive, like I just am everything, everywhere, all at once. And like, that's the beauty and the perfection of Pisces. And then Virgo is very much like, I bring divine order to this realm, and through my divine order, the divine can flow through. Instead of Pisces being like, it's divine energy, but it's like everything everywhere all at once, Pisces is like, no, let's bring it into the place where it can be channeled into the proper areas and the proper efficiency in this earthly realm. And they're both very beautiful energies because of that. Like, one is order, like one is just absolute eternal expansion and entropy. And so, and one is like they're both connected to the divine, but Virgo is almost like the divine in the details, and Pisces is like the divine of like the awe-expanding, unboxable, like you can't put constructs around it. It's like unimpeded, unboundaried, that kind of thing. And so there's this energy between the two that we're really having this opportunity to like ground our vast divine energy, channel it into this earthly realm in like a way that like it makes sense. And so it's almost like what falls away might be anything that is not in alignment with like your individual unique way of being a channel for this energy in this lifetime. And then what might open for you is new ways that actually can happen for you, is how the ways that you're going to be able to be your own unique bridge for heaven and earth. And that could be a theme that comes up for you, is like, what can fall away? And it's going to happen for you. That's the nature of eclipses. What's going to fall away that's actually getting in the way of you being able to channel this through, which in the sense of the Virgo energy, it could be like you're so into the order that like you're not being open to the divine fully flowing through and like the vastness to fully throw through. Or on the Pisces end of it, it could be like you're not putting enough structure to what wants to come through, and so like nobody's getting to experience it except for you, who's like just in this like divine state of rapture. But it's like, okay, that energy is actually supposed to be shared with the world in some way. So pay attention to how these energies play off for you this month. And it also moves into the theme of the 9, which 9 is a really epic number. In like classical numerology, it's known as like this energy of completion, because 9 is the last number. 10 usually will go back to 1. So it's like we go through these 9-year cycles and then we go back to 1. And so it's almost like 1 to 9. It's a specific prophecy. And we're about to be moving on to a new prophecy in 2026 when we go back to 1. But it's this energy of like mastery, refinement. Like you've really come a long way since this cycle began in 2017. I know I added this up in another, that equals 1. In 2017, you've been building, you've been mastering, you've been going on one hero's journey of sorts, a specific arc. And this is the final 3 months, September, October, November, December, 4 months, the final quarter of this 9-year cycle. So this 9-year, but also this 9-year cycle. And so this is the time when, because we have this energy of completion, refinement, mastery, endings, like final doors and energies, like it's almost like when a pattern, which is a frequency that's in our field, comes back again and again for us to like pass new refined levels of the lesson, which is just like us embodying the frequency that no longer interacts with that pattern in reality. It's almost like the last, most subtle version of it may come up this month for us to finally release and say goodbye. And then boom, that pattern, it's no longer going to return to us. So expect that there is going to be this energy of completions, of like you being given the opportunity to show up at a new level of mastery and refinement this month. That is going to be huge, and you're ready. You're literally ready. That's the thing, is like once you have fully embodied and learned, then you naturally show up to the opportunities and the lessons that come into your life in the way that like just the person who is that new person would show up to it. So it's almost like you don't even have to try. It's really funny with these lessons and things, because you can't really fake an embodiment of like a knowing and of a learning and of holding a certain quality. You just have become that. And so but it still is like graduation of sorts. Like pat yourself on the back when you have these moments where you're like, wow, I'm really a different person. Obviously, because we're forever changing, but like you fully are locking in this embodiment. And so 9 in Kundalini Yoga, there's also really epic astrology in Kundalini Yoga. Tantric numerology in the Eastern traditions in Kundalini Yoga, and all of the numbers represent one of the 10 bodies, because we don't just have our physical body. We have our physical body, we have our negative mind, we have our positive mind, we have our neutral mind, we have our, what is the 5th body? We have our physical body, we have our arc line, holds our destiny, goes earlobe to earlobe. It's like the halos that the saints have, and you have one too, most likely, especially if you're watching this video. And then the aura, our electromagnetic field all around us, and then the pranic body, and then we have the subtle body. That's 9. So let me tell you about the subtle body, you guys. It's freaking epic. Okay, so the subtle body, like everybody always says, you don't take your physical body when you die, you don't take your earthly possessions, but you do take your subtle body, which carries your soul out through the electromagnetic layers of the ether and into the beyond, wherever you're gonna go next. So the subtle body does go with you when you die. And what does it hold? It holds your grace. It holds your meditative accomplishment. Any sort of spiritual practice infuses a frequency into your subtle body that you do carry with you after this life. And that is why every time you meditate, you're refining your subtle body, and that does go with you and it does help you. And in this life, it helps you because the subtle body gives you this like subtle magnetic glow that like kind of connects with the flow of like the benevolent flow of the universe, and it's what locks you into flow. It allows the universe to bring you where you need to go and brings you what you need. Like it's this like subtle energy, this grace. Like the people who you can just tell their life, there's a grace to it. They're always going to be in the right place at the right time, and they're also going to be like showing up in that grace and acting with that grace, which, like I said, it ties into the 9 being the mastery. And it's the completion of the cycle. It's like that's what the subtle body is to it. It is refinement, grace, mastery, and every time that you act like in alignment with your higher self, which I would say is like graceful, like with a higher awareness, a higher knowing, you're also adding to your subtle body. So it's like all of these things, they give you a glow. They give you like a divine glow. It's like they give you a divine energy embodied in this life. Because of course you are divine, but it's like there's a difference between somebody who is going to embody that here and now, and there's a difference between somebody who isn't. And if you do, you are genuinely doing something for your soul that is going to last you beyond this lifetime. So any meditation you do, any spiritual kind of endeavor you do, anytime you show up with like love and grace and higher awareness, it's never in vain for obviously the world, and then also for you, because it's adding up over time. And so because we have the double 9 energy, 2025 is a 9 year. 2 + 2 + 2 + 5 = 9. So this year's coded with the numerological frequency of 9, and then September is the 9th month, so we have 9/9. So there's a bigger opportunity for you to add to your subtle body. So any meditation you do, any mantras you practice reciting, any acts that you do that are like bring more grace and like divine love and divine energy into this world, the more that you can try to see through the eyes of the divine in your higher self, all of these things are going to have quantum like addition to your subtle body, and they're also going to enhance this like glow that like will take you where you need to go as you go through the eclipse portals, because the eclipse portals are like a kind of surrender to the cosmos moment. But it's like what you can do, it's not like you want to, and by that I mean you don't want to like manifest a specific thing through the eclipses, but what you can do, because you don't just have to like sit back and eat your potato chips and wait for, it's a weird example, I don't even do that. You don't have to like, pretend like nothing's happening and just turn a blind eye. What you can do is like any extra thing that's going to add to this like subtle glow of yours, that's going to like allow the cosmos to work for you in an even better, more powerful way, like a way that is going to serve you even more through the eclipses. So you want to focus on yourself, your own energy, how you can, help assist and like be that graceful energy. But this is the month where like add like if you're like, I'm gonna do this extra meditation through the month. There's a really awesome Kriya in Kundalini Yoga called Clarifying the Subtle Body. Maybe I'll film a video for that, but you can always look that up online. That's a great one to do every day. But anything in this realm, listen to more mantras, more frequency music, offer yourself in some sort of way that is helpful and benevolent and in alignment with your mission. It's like focusing on those things rather than like what you specifically want to get out of this month in terms of manifestation and everything. Okay, so that is the energy of the 9s and the eclipses. And just to shout out the days of these, September 7th is the lunar eclipse. It's a total lunar eclipse. And then September 21st is the solar eclipse. And what I do want to say here is a PSA. You don't want to be outside during the peak of an eclipse. Preferably, you don't really need to go out during the day or during the night unless you have to. but specifically look up the time of the peak of the eclipse in your time zone. You don't want to go outside. You don't want to be under that energy. It's like an ancient yogic teaching. I've experienced it firsthand. I won't get into it, but if you have to, whatever, it's fine. Like, chant some protection mantra over you, but ideally you don't. Ideally you're just inside meditating or doing whatever you have to do, but inside. So that's a teaching around eclipses specifically. And then on September 9th, it's the 999 portal, because it's September, which is a 9-month, 2025, which is a 9-year, and then the 9-day. And so this 999 energy is so potent. The only recommendation I would honestly give is to any extra meditation you want to do, any extra of your personal spiritual or energetic practice. So it could be breath work, it could be meditation, it could be yoga, it could be whatever gets you in alignment, prayer, all of those things. Just communing with your higher power, and just also just commanding, like, I release all that does not serve me and all that my higher self doesn't want me to take onto this new timeline, and I'm available for more of what is actually in alignment with me and my divine destiny and the divine will of God. Make that yours. That's mine. It's a little bit extra, but you know what I mean? And then these affirmations really help, because it's like you're a powerful present moment commander of your reality and your state. So just own it, whatever works for you in that sense. And then on the 22nd of September, the day after the second eclipse, we have the equinox. And in the yogic sciences and many other traditions, the equinoxes and the solstices are the four most powerful days of the year. They're unique to our experience on Earth because it's a certain point where the light is either the most powerful from the sun or it's at equal balance. And the equinoxes are equal balance. And so because of the angle of the sun on the Earth, it's like the day where you can make the most spiritual progress compared to any other time during the year, from your meditation, your yoga, specifically those things, or any other kind of like spiritual technology for upgrading your consciousness. The effect is like huge. It's massive. And so that day, anything you can do to like align your frequency, align your mind, connect spiritually, connect energetically, it's really, really, really going to benefit you. And the equinox is a day of total balance, total light, total dark. So it's this really powerful day for like a reset, especially when we're in this 9-month, that's this 9 energy, and the eclipses, they're ushering us into a completely new frequency reality. And frequency comes first, and then the physical reality follows suit. So the more that we can help to cultivate a balanced, a positive frequency this month, the more we can like align our mind through meditation, the more we can, especially in the Virgo energy, do anything for like the health of our physical bodies, any cleansing, any healing, like all of these things are going to have massive impact and really set the scene on a frequency level for us to really move into this new space on a higher level. It's like if you're gonna start in 2026, this new 10-year cycle, you could start it up here or you could start it up here. And like that's almost what this month gives you. It's like, do you want to be here or do you want to quantum leap up to here? And so eclipses are also known in Kundalini, they have these teachings that eclipses hold the Z-force energy, which is like if our matrix runs on perpendicular parallel lines, the eclipses are a Z-force. You can literally hop from like 1 all the way up to here, and you don't have to like slowly go up like this, you know? And so Kundalini yoga also offers the tantric Z-force energy too, which is why you can start to like move so fast on an evolutionary progress scale when you start to practice. And so Kundalini yoga is a great thing to do around these eclipses, on these eclipses, always, but specifically then, because it's like quantum Z-force energy. So if you really want to pop off, you can do some Kundalini yoga. And that is essentially the summary. I'm gonna like pull one card and then we'll see, or a couple. We'll pull a couple. Okay, what does anyone who's still watching this video, the few who are still watching this video, what do they need to know? Okay, nice. And what's the advice? Okay, beautiful. Okay, so this month you might feel kind of like protective of your like inner light, of your spiritual light. Like there might be this sense of, I need to tend to like go a little bit internal to like protect my internal flame. And this is always, whenever you intuitively have that hit, that is a positive direction to follow, because there's almost this message of like, you're cultivating this next level of inner strength that can only really come from you almost like being like your own protector, because it's like when you can do that for yourself, you can really do it for other people. And so it's this essence of like, you're almost like cultivating something really sacred within, and you're going through a lot of internal alchemy, and that might just make you be like, I gotta be in like my own little world a little bit. And that's totally okay. And it's also amazing. Like you don't actually have to be sharing your experience with other people. It can be like you and your higher self in the lion's den within yourself, like getting to know yourself and your true strength that you hold on this entirely new level. Because this 9 energy is very, very subtle and it's not very loud. And so it's like you might be navigating the subtle realms in such a deep way this month, and like really coming into communion with the flame of your own spirit on this whole other level, to the point where you kind of feel as if, and that almost like you don't, because there's so many things that you don't know what's coming. It's like the only thing, like I was saying at the very beginning, that you have to lean on is this like pillar of spirit and divine energy. And sometimes this all happens to push us to remember that all we ever have is the connection to ourselves, our own soul, our higher self, and the divine. No matter how close we are to something external in our lives, everything could be gone in an instant except for that. But that source is everything, because it has all the answers, all the information, all the love, everything you'll ever need is there. And that is the true strength. That is the true strength. So that is the essence. Please, please, please remember this lion, this lion of like the infinite consciousness that is within you and all around you, that like is the God that is you. It's your eternal resting place. It's always there for you. Please lean on it. Okay, I love you so much. Happy September.